Thank you very much. Round of applause. How many people here have or have ever had a father? Anybody? Good amount. I have a father. I got him a gift recently. I thought it was a pretty good gift. I got him a mug that says #1 Dad. It's a nice gift. Some of my friends said it didn't really mean anything though. It wasn't that heartfelt. But I was adopted by gay parents. So it means something in my house. You got a mom and a dad. #1 Dad's a participation trophy. You got 2 dads, that's a title belt. Let's see. I like the word gay. That's my favorite word in the English language, the word gay. Because nowadays it means homosexual, but it hasn't always meant that, right? It used to mean very happy or joyous, right? Which means there was a point in time where we figured out there was a group of women out there, or a group of men out there that could live completely without women. And the only word we could think of to describe them. No women at all? Oh, they must be so gay. That's why we say gay and lesbian, right? Because gay means happy, and lesbian is Spanish for not as good. How was your day today? I was hanging out with guys. It was muy bien. What about you? Hanging out with women. It was lesbian. It was good. Punchlines in 2 languages? Who is this guy? What is worth tonight? I have a friend that's got a weird superpower. He can just look at any group of people and immediately tell you the percentage of prostitutes to non-prostitutes. His name is Horatio. Anybody need help with that one? That was a little complicated. I like to leave time in case anybody has questions. We have any couples here? Boss, any couples? Yeah. Are you guys married, dating, hourly? I'm married too, myself. My wife and I were trying something. Some people think it's romantic, some people think it's dumb. We've decided to save ourselves for our second marriage. I don't know, you guys seem like a happy couple, but we all know people that are in good relationships. We also know people that are in bad relationships, right? So I've come up with a test you can use on your friends to see how healthy their relationship is. It's a really easy test. You ask one of the people in the relationship, what would you do without your spouse? And the faster they answer, the more unhealthy that relationship is. And that's like a happy newlywed couple. What would you do without your wife? I don't know. I can't even picture my life without her. You ask somebody that's been in a bad marriage for 5 years, though, they have an answer ready immediately. What would you do without your wife? Well, I'd sell the house. I'm looking at some places on Zillow I think I could afford. Second thing I'd do is I'd fight for custody of her dog and I'd have it put down. My wife and I, we just filled out the paperwork to adopt. Thank you very much for your applause. A highway? We're going to get a highway. We tried having one naturally, but got to take it for indecent exposure. Now, we actually had a child. I became a first-time father, long-time listener, about a year ago. We decided to have a C-section because we heard that takeout's cheaper than delivery. That's a myth. Don't believe that. I learned this during the process. Did you know in Russia they deliver babies differently? I don't know if you guys know this. In Russia they do C-sections on everybody. They take the baby out. They do a C-section on that baby. They take that baby out. They do a C-section on that baby. We spent a lot of time coming up with a name for the kids. Does anybody here have kids around the Any parents? Do you guys have kids? Yeah. Is it hard to come up with a name for your kid? Kind of. I need you to say yes for this joke. Yes. I'll do both parts of the crowd work. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so it is hard to come up with. That's what I heard. Because you want to have a good name, but you also want it to be a little bit unique, right? You don't want to have the same name as everybody else, right? My last name's Gooch, so that's not as hard for me. But if you have a more common last name, that's a little bit more difficult, like something like Schmidt, right? Mr. and Mrs. Schmidt, getting ready to have a baby boy, thinking, what are we going to name this kid? How about something from the Bible? John, okay. How about after your father? Jacob, all right, John Jacob Schmidt. It needs something though, honey. Jingleheimer, perfect. Nobody else is going to have this name. It's going to be incredible, right? A few years later, the kid comes home from school and he says, Mom, Dad, I met this kid today, and his name is my name too. I didn't get me this exact same. See, I experimented with sex and drugs when I was in college. I was the control group. There's no placebo effect or anything. I was in a fraternity in college, and everybody had nicknames in the fraternity, right? There was like Flip Cup Bryce, right? Fat Kevin, Dumb Steve. It was mainly like your most noticeable quality and then your first name. That's how it is. But my best friend in the fraternity was Robbie, and Robbie was the only gay guy in the fraternity. But he was very wise, like he had a lot of insights and stuff. And he was the first person that told me about his theory of soulmates. Like he believed that there was one person out there for everybody. That's what he believed, right? A guy for a guy. That was the code of homoerotic. They said you couldn't do a code of Hammurabi joke in 2019, and they were wrong. You can, it's just not going to go over well, but you can do it. I've been doing some like ancestry research, learning stuff about my family. I found out suicide runs in my family. I had a grandfather who he was a mathematician. He worked for years at a university studying geometry and stuff like that. And I learned that he killed himself. And the way he did it is he took a rope and he made it into a right triangle, right? And then he took the longest side of that rope and he hung himself with the hypotenuse. A joke about society from the BCE era followed by a math joke? Who is this wizard I think? I'm up here eating rallies while everybody else is eating checkers. This is so right. Let's see, I don't know. Did anybody else's parents, did anybody have strict parents, like real strict parents? A couple people. I had kind of strict parents. I remember one day my dad came home early from work and he caught me smoking. So he did what a lot of parents do. He went to the store, he bought a whole carton of cigarettes, maybe smoked the whole carton. Right? So the next week I knew he was coming home early, so I made sure he caught me having sex. My parents were kind of cheap. They a lot of times they would buy like the knockoff version of toys to try to save money. Like I remember one Christmas I got, it was like one of those like knockoff celebrity endorsed products. It was a toy where you like bop it and then twist it and then you pull it. But when you pull it, it would always come off. And it was what was that called? So Lorena Bop It. Lorena Bop It. We pull off a code of Hammurabi joke, not a reference from the 1980s. I like to leave crowds with a little bit of wisdom before I go. Impart some wisdom. And this spring, I'm actually going to be delivering the commencement address at my old high school, and so I was kind of wondering if I could bounce some ideas off you guys for some of the inspiration I'm trying to give them, and see if you guys think it's as inspiring as I think it is. My first one, I'm going to tell the kids, shoot for the moon, right? Because if we're all shooting at it, even if some of you miss, eventually we're going to blow up that goddamn moon. He knows what it did. It's got to come to it. My next piece of advice is if you ever told yourself that your goal in life is to be the best at the limbo, you've set the bar too low for yourself. I don't know. Never stare right at the sun, right? Like when you meet a family for the first time. It's a class 2 misdemeanor in this state. My final piece of advice that I'm going to give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a man to give a man a fish, and you're the manager at Captain D's. All right, thank you guys very much.
Give it up for the Gooch one more time. I'm pop music the fuck out of this room right now. God, Robbie, fuck you.